Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amazing Transformations. It is so good to see everyone here. And I've been super excited about this evening because we have the return of Angela Fischetti, our awesome workout coach here. And I know we've got limited time. I was going to say, though, she is an amazing woman, has a amazing testimony of how she reversed her osteoporosis symptoms, and she knows so much about food, but mainly what I'm like super surprised, she knows everything about working out, everything about the body. She has a great YouTube channel, so I want everybody to check that out. And she does a lot of specialized workouts. There's a workout that she does called Have It Your Way workouts, and I love that because what ends up happening is there are so many people out there, especially if we're getting a little bit older or elderly, if we might have specialized health conditions that we can't get around as we used to. She can specialize those workouts, and with her super intelligence about and knowledge about like different conditions, she knows how to keep it safe for you, and that's what I love. I know there's a really long bio, but I took forever trying to get the shining light out of the back of my window here. So I'm just going to be honest, right? So we're already running behind. I want to make sure I give her her proper intro, though. Like I don't even know. I could go on and on all day about how awesome Angela is, and she like works with some top vegan doctors. And so for her to be here on our small channel and the way she promotes my channel is so amazing. Thank you, Angela. You're like a big sister to me.
Oh, thank you so much, JJ. I really appreciate it. And that my apologies because I spelled my own name incorrectly.
Oh, well, you know what happened to me with, if anybody saw the link, I spelled strength, but rushing to do it quickly. One time I did it wrong and I fixed it right away, but on the Facebook cache or whatever they call it, it's stuck as strength training spelled wrong. So,
And in my situation, I have to pull my computer all the way forward on the table it's on. The keyboard is way off to the side. So I thought I was slick enough to be off to the side. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You see that there's like, where's the E? Thank you, Diana, for being here.
Diana, welcome.
Thank you
She's
so much.
awesome. I see her sharing your workouts all the time too.
I
So,
know, which is just amazing, folks. It's amazing because we really got to get my whole mission is in life is really to make exercise accessible to everyone, but in particular to people with chronic issues, with chronic concerns, because oftentimes they're just so frightened about working out, and rightly so, because oftentimes they've gotten injured. So it's basically with, especially with the Have It Your Way workouts, and thank you for mentioning them in my YouTube channel, Boomer and Beyond Wellness. It's all about showing an exercise several different ways to appeal to different levels, different conditions, etc. And when people share, maybe they don't realize, viewers sometimes, that when you share something, it actually sparks the algorithm, right, within YouTube, and they'll go, oh, let's pay that a little more attention, and why don't we release those videos to more viewers, give them an opportunity to see them. So, oh, that's great, Diana.
wonderful.
That's
Thank you,
wonderful.
Diana Warner. And she has an awesome channel too, everybody. Check out Diana's plant-based channel.
Absolutely.
Delicious
Absolutely.
recipes she shares. Thank you, Angela. And why is it, I know we've got to get started here, but can you just mention why it's really important that we strength train as we get older?
Oh my goodness. Well, for two reasons. Well, actually, I'm going to give you three off the top of my head. The first is for bone strength. The second is for muscle strength. Third is for balance. So I find that oftentimes people will emphasize, and I used to do this, a lot of cardio for like a really long time. And lots of, in a length, like for a session or a whole length of time, like hour and a half, this, that. So unless you're perhaps an elite athlete or you're conditioning and training for certain events, right? within the aging process, what we need to do, particularly if we come from not doing much exercise. If you come from doing exercise, you're good, okay? But if you don't, then I would steer you towards strength training, more strength training. You got to keep the muscle strong. You got to keep the bones strong. And, it took me 3.5 years to downgrade the osteoporosis to age-appropriate osteopenia. It is normal to lose bone density as we get older. It's a normal process. It is not an illness. So what you want to do is make sure you're doing that strength training so that you can avoid the pathology that is osteoporosis. It was no joke reversing that, and I have to keep doing the work so I can maintain not having osteoporosis.
Right. That's amazing, because it's like I think so many people talk about how important it is to, do cardio, like you said, to keep things going. And I know there's a certain amount that we can do, but when we feel like there's nothing we can do, if people probably are not able to get up and run around, they think, oh, I can't really do anything to help my overall, health. But that's why I love what you do, because there's not enough focus on that. And I know that you still, you work with clients and you have a busy schedule tonight. So I know we need to get into the workout too. But thank you for taking a moment to explain that to
Oh, of
us.
course. Now, the thing that I want to emphasize here this evening is this is really a challenging workout in a chair. My whole point was to show people that it's all about perspective, isn't it, JJ? So what happens is people hear, oh, workout in a chair. That's nothing. I'm not going to put anything to it. It's going to be no effort. So the idea being that you put the effort to it. The amount of effort is based on you and what you can do and your intention behind it. So if your intention is to get stronger, you will build up. I don't mean build big muscles, but you will build up your strength. And so this is not a very easy workout. Is it less challenging than standing? Perhaps. All right, perhaps. My whole objective here is to reframe the perspective of a chair, what you do in a chair. So we must remember that there are many people out there who must be in a chair all day long for health and because of health. And others who may be like yourself, JJ, with your job, you must be in a chair or it means you have no livelihood. So I do find that in my profession, it sometimes gets a bit elitist about, well, sitting is the new smoking, so you better get up and that sounds great. And I do understand what that expression means, okay? I'm fully aware of it. But we are discarding people who must be in a chair. So I say, look at the chair and I go, okay, baby, I'm turning that into an exercise accessory. We're going to make it a tool for health. And so that's why I wanted to show a challenging workout in a chair, but to understand that the chair, this type of chair workout, I'm also going to show you how to, with a couple of repetitions, you do it without any resistance. Got it? Because if you're at that point where you're brand new, you're dealing with chronic concerns, you attempt stuff without resistance first. But I'm going to get a little bit deeper into that. So I just wanted to express that. I really appreciate it. So I'm off my soapbox. I'm ready to go. I don't hear you, love.
Sorry, you kind of answered Diana's question. She was asking, is it a good workout for a beginner or someone who hasn't worked out in years? I guess you might want to modify it then from what you're
It's across
saying.
the board. Diana, it's across the board. Remember, any workout is what you can put into it. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Well, that's too hard for me. How do you make it less hard? Okay, that's how we look at it. And then how do you make it harder for somebody who's seasoned? Let them figure out, hey, heavier weights, more repetition, whatever it is. I prefer heavier weight though, so that you do get stronger. So that is what I mean by your effort. You get to gauge how hard it is. Don't let the exercise rule you. You rule it to make it happen. I hope that helps.
I love
Okay.
that. Just
So,
like life, right? We got to rule the life so it doesn't just happen to us. We can have some control of our health and our well being. And we get caught up. I think you're right. Like, oh, I sit down all the time, so I can't do anything. And you have taught me that even we did yoga in a chair. If you haven't seen that video, I'll share it here in the comments. Remember that
yeah,
the
we did
sleep
hip
time
mobility.
workout?
What we did, JJ, was hip mobility in a chair.
Oh, but didn't we do one that was like sleep work, like a
We did restorative yoga on the floor.
restorative yoga? That's what it
Yeah,
was.
so that was sleepy time yoga. So what did that mean? That meant, well, if I'm preparing you to go to sleep, right? We want to bring on the restful state. We don't want you doing like ashtanga yoga just before you go to bed. That's what
Right.
real vigorous yoga. So what's the intent? Therefore, that's where the effort comes from, is that intent. I learned about intention when I was in school to be a licensed massage therapist. What's the intent of the massage? That will rule the strokes that you choose as the therapist.
Look at
And
that. Look, she's a massage therapist. I didn't even get to read your whole intro. I should have already read.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a problem. I'll mention some stuff at the end. It's fine. But
I'll read it at the end. How about that? That way we know how to find you.
I'm sorry.
I said, well, I'll read the bio at the end. That way they know how to find you.
Okay, thank you. So, what I tell people to is observe first, all right? A question like what Diana is giving me, observe first. Let you be the decision maker on that, not me. I'm going to show you, and then you decide. Ah, I see. So I always tell people, observe first if you need to, because
That
I
makes
think it's
sense.
a wise thing. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a moment.
All right. Well, I will put you on the big screen since you are the star of the show, and I will just see if I can see with the glare. Wait a minute
Careful.
here. I got it. I think I got it. Here, let's see. I
Thank
think
you.
it's this one. Nope, that's me. That's
Hello.
let's do this the other way. That's not right. It's gonna give me some. Okay, 1 second. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to.
I think you said go out and come back in.
Now wait. There we go. I'm in here, but you're on the big screen, right? Is that what everybody else sees?
Okay, so a little bit of the issue is that there's an awful lot of like the wording is up on my work area. Yeah, thank you, love. Great,
There we
thank you.
go.
This way I'll be able to see. Yeah, thank you.
And once you get started, I'll take my little face out of there too.
Okay, no problem. So if you're ready, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
All right, thank you so much. It's just wonderful talking with you. So, welcome everybody here to Vegan Knowledge, JJ, and it's just an honor to be back. And it's been a while, and it's a place I really, really enjoy coming and sharing my work with you folks. I so appreciate all of you. And thank you to JJ and to Dawn for opening up their platform to me in such a warm, gracious manner. So this workout today is a total body workout, and yes, it's being done in a chair. So the accessories we'll be using today will be a sticky yoga mat, and I'm using a couple of exercise loops. So I have 2 loops here, and I just want to point out to you folks that whenever you work with a band or a loop, you want to hold it up to the light. And I'm just looking for any little pinhole. And if there is a pinhole, then I'm going to tell you, discard the loop or the band, because that can snap and hit your skin. It hurts. Been there, did that, okay? Now, the other thing, a couple of tips about bands and loops I want to point out to you is you can really maintain the shelf life of these if you put them in a Ziploc bag with 1 or 2 teaspoons of either cornstarch or baking powder. Don't go more than that because you're not baking a cake or anything like that. And then each time you shake it up, and it will say soft and supple, provided you do not knot these before you put this away, nor put them away wet. Sometimes we sweat on them. Make sure they dry off, and you will have your accessories a super long time. Now, I am going to say, before I continue on with the other accessories, I'm going to chime in here with precautionary measures, medical disclaimers. Please note that the mat and the exercise loops are made from latex. So if you have a latex allergy, you want to look for non-latex or latex-free. Now, the other accessories I'll be using will be, I'm going to use 2 yoga blocks. Now, maybe if you're new to a yoga block, this is level 1, level 2, level 3. Mind you, if you get 2 blocks, make sure they are of the same size, because I've seen people do that, one with one size and the other's another size, and it's like, it doesn't work that way. You want them both to be the same size, or 2 of each, right? So whatever it is you want to set. Then I'm sitting, of course, on a chair. Now, my chair is a yoga chair. You see how you can bring your arms through and all that. You don't have to have that, okay? I just like it because it gives me a little bit more maneuverability. However, the chair you're going to do the work on, and Diane, this is really important for your 81-year-old mom, all right? No wheels on the chair. I don't care if the chair locks, no wheels. Also, an armless chair. So if somebody has vestibular challenges with their balance, people need to be there as assistance for them to make sure they're able to hold steady in an armless chair. If not, I'd say let go of this particular workout. There are others that can be done. Also, I'm using a variety of dumbbells. I have 5 pounds, 8 pounds, and 10 pounds. And we'll also be using a Pilates ring and a yoga bolster. Now, you can use a really thick pillow or a cushion as well. And anything else? Yeah, I'm sitting on a cushion, by the way, because I find for my butt, it's a little harsh not to have a cushion underneath me. So that's what you do. So that's the accessories that we'll be using. I want to go further into the precautionary measures, medical disclaimers. So if you have any back spine issue whatsoever, including osteoporosis and a postural deviation referred to as hyperkyphosis, which is that kind of hunched appearance. Now, all 3 may have been told not to forward flex the spine, not to bend down and pick up something. So for some of the exercises, I'm going to tell you, you stay upright, because as soon as you hear me say the words bent over, it is a contraindication for you folks, unless you've been advised that, yes, you can do that movement. Now, conversely, if you have ever had a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, or a stroke, pay attention to this. At one point, I'm going to be doing something which basically is what I call a modified cobra from yoga, but it's actually a back bend, a spine extension. And I like to do it with the chin up. TIA stroke, I need you to do it with your head neutral. Again, you may have been advised it's all right for you to do it. Go right ahead then. But I'm just giving this to you as a precautionary measure. Now, also, if you've ever had a hip replacement, if you have piriformis syndrome, sciatica, if you have vertigo, GERD, or are medicated or not for hypertension, I want you to avoid this movement. So that is flexion of the cervical spine. The other thing that can happen, sometimes people don't do this, but they do this, reaching the head forward. We want to do neither with the issues I just mentioned. Now, if you've ever had any issues to the rotator cuff muscles, they're deep to the shoulders, or pinched nerve at the neck, you may have been told not to lift the arms up and overhead. I'm going to be doing an exercise where I'm going to be pushing. It's an incline chest press, right? Well, it's not overhead, but it's up there. So I'm going to tell you folks straight out in front. That's what you do for the modification. Now, folks, I'm giving you the modifications now because during the workout, we're going to do it full out with the equipment. All right. So that's why I'm telling you now. This way you wrap your head around, and if you have to go back, just put it, reverse it and re-listen, because this is an important part, very, very important part for all of these issues that I'm mentioning. Also, if you have golfer's elbow, which is medial epicondylitis, or tennis elbow, lateral epicondylitis, you folks really need to find out if it's appropriate for you or not to do bicep or tricep work. Also, carpal tunnel syndrome. I know some of you out there have it because you've told me. So you want to avoid this wrist position. Any position of the arm, doesn't matter where it is, overhead, it's still a wrist extension. Not for you. Therefore, when you see me on the chair, I'm going to put my hands here. You see that? That is wrist extension. For carpal tunnel, you're going to grab the bottom of the seat, because now you have straight wrists. I know it sounds like, oh, but that's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. This is how you prevent flare-ups, folks. So, given that I've mentioned all these different conditions, I'm going to tell you, JJ, there are many more chronic concerns out there. I can't list them all, but these are the exercises today that I know can be dicey for certain issues, right?
Okay.
So for anyone with any chronic concern whatsoever, you are invited to preview the video first. Do not participate. Watch it, observe it, but please broaden your perspective to include, I can do that. Maybe I can do that. And that's what I'm looking for. Look for what you can do. This is incredibly important for you to be able to get stronger, get past your own limited beliefs, because many voices out there are telling you you're limited. You're not. You just need to figure out the approach, all right? But if you're still not sure after previewing the video, then I would invite the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to preview the video as well, then help you make an informed decision. It is all about being informed, not second guessing. So now, just like a few reminders here. Always feel free to stop and rest whenever you need to. However, you're not invited to quit. This means you take your rest, take a couple of breaths, you come back in, even if it's just for one more repetition. This is how you will get stronger. Also, it is advised that you drink water, stay hydrated during the workout especially, and of course throughout the course of your day. However, there might be kidney bladder issues. You've been told, don't drink the water. You listen to whomever told you about that protocol. I'm not here to fly in the face of any practitioners, just giving you additional information. Now, I do, JJ, I'm hoping that I can do this with you. I would like to send you a link to a video on my channel.
Okay.
It's the warm-up, thank you. It's the warm-up cool-down video. And it's one video where people can interchange warming up and cooling down, because we're gonna do both today. But I want to make sure that when people who are 55 years and above are exercising, it really is advised that we warm up for 10 minutes prior to any workout. And that is very, very important for us. And I'm just checking to see what else I have for you. Yeah, okay, now, before we actually start the physical work, I just want to explain to people who might be really brand new to exercise and strength training. So a set, A set is a group of repetitions, and I advise between 8 to 15 repetitions. And what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a curveball at you. So we're going to do 9 exercises. And I've broken them up into 5 blocks of 2 exercises each, because we're going to do these blocks of 2 exercises as supersets, back to back, without any rest. But how can that be? There's 9 exercises, because one of the exercises, we're going to call it a superset, so to speak, unto itself, because it's going to be done unilaterally, which means one leg at a time. Therefore, it's technically 9 exercises, but it's still going to be 5 blocks done as a superset. So having said all that, I'm just checking. Yep, that would be it. So now we're going to begin here with how do you sit in a chair, especially if you're going to get ready to exercise. But I actually want you to pay attention to this for when you're in a chair all day long. So what we're doing here is lining up the ankles to the knees to the inside of your high pelvic bone. That's called your iliac crest. The other thing I'm double checking, because I could see in the camera, they're not quite even. I want the toes in the same line as each other. Now, when you sit in a chair, double check your ankles, JJ. Diana, if you're sitting, double check. So we don't want the feet back here. That means the knees are like flexing a little bit too much. They don't need to, and especially if you have knee issues, you will want to avoid sitting like this. So what I'm going to do is bring my feet a little forward. What you want is your ankles slightly forward of your knees. Now I'm going to swing back into the chair. And the other thing I want to point out is there is a tendency when people sit in a chair to do this. Yes, I prefer a folding chair. I saw that. So there is a tendency to kind of like slouch, right? So what you want to do is place your hands underneath your buttock flesh and pull the flesh not only straight back, but out wide toward the shoulders. So now I'm sitting up and forward, up front edge of the ischial tuberosity. These are your sits bones. In yoga, we call them the sits bones. When I'm up and forward on that front edge, that doesn't mean I'm leaning forward, okay? Then I am not collapsing back. So that's what I want to point out. Now, we're going to move into the first block. The first block would be back and abs. One thing I want to caution you folks on who are 55, or actually I'm going to say 50 and above. Be careful of a lot of abdominal crunches, all this stuff, because all this curling of the spine is shortening the abdominal. In the aging process, we want to maintain length. We don't want to shorten. However, there's a way to do this and still get some good work abdominally, even in a chair. And I actually find in a chair that's more challenging. So I'm going to bring my arms up like this. And I call it the Big W. This is in honor of my favorite comedy film from 1964 called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And they were on They were on search for the Big W. And that's where the gold was, so to speak. There was a treasure there. So I'm going to bring the arms up like a big W. And on the inhale now, I'm not sitting all the way back into the chair. But if you need to, that's okay. So on the inhale, I'm going to start to lean back. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. I pull the belly button in. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Notice I'm not curling. I'm not going forward. I'm coming back to neutral. The process of spine extension to neutral is spine flexion. Therefore, it is a form of a crunch. And then inhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Watch it with TIA stroke, head neutral. Exhale, push into your feet. Pull that belly button in. 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Inhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. One more of each. So here we are with the back. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, push into those feet. Pull that stomach in. 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. This is abdominal, all right? So I'm going to lower the arms down. Just take a couple of nice big shoulder rolls. And I want to level it up. And I'm going to show you how to level it up by way of your pillow, bolster, whatever it is, big, thick cushion. I'm going to bring this one behind me. That's going to bring me even more forward on the chair. So make sure you're not coming so far forward where your chair tips, okay? I'm going to do that exercise again. That means we've leveled up. It's going to be more challenging this way because I'm further away. If you can't go further away, you don't, okay? Here we go. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Here we go. Exhale, 1 1,000. Think up. 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Two more of each. Inhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. I'm not kidding. I feel it. Inhale, 1 1,000.
I feel it too.
3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Good. I'm glad you're doing it. Exhale, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Lower the arms down and do some nice big shoulder rolls. So yeah, you're strengthening your shoulders there as well, folks, because they're being held up isometrically. So that's the first block. It's done. Now for this next one, I'm going to see. Yeah, I'm going to try keeping the bolster for this one. So this is the one where we're going to work.
All your products are on the links too, so you can check out her Amazon store if you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, love. That's very sweet of you. Thanks. Yeah, basically everything here is curated. It's what I use, and that's what I put on the Amazon store. So here we go. We're going to bring left leg out in front. The foot is fully dorsiflexed. What does that mean? See that? Sole of the foot drawn toward my face. Sitting tall, holding on, carpal tunnel, no bent wrists, right? Grabbing the bottom of the chair. Now I'm going to push down on the right to lift the left. Straight leg raise. Now you can tap your heel down if you need to or not. That's more work. It's up to you. And notice that I'm not flinging the leg. This is so much in that quadricep. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale on the effort. And you're going to notice last one, you pause at the peak of the contraction, right? It's not up, down, up, down. Now we go to the other side. Out in front. Push down on the left to lift the right. Here we go. Try not to collapse back in the chair. If you're collapsing back, put the cushion, bolster, whatever, behind you. A really straight knee, folks. Hello. Two more. Exhale. Oof. One more. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Now, I'm going to level up. I'm bringing out the blocks. So I have two blocks stacked, level one on top of the other. I'm going to bring my straight leg out, heel on the blocks, foot dorsiflex. I may put the bolster away. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how I feel. That's the beauty of working like this, folks. You get to change it up any which way you need. And I would say allow the variances on different days. Here we go. Up and down. So you can tap or not. Oh, nasty, huh? I'm just going to smile through this. 2 more.
You'll
Yes,
get
I rehearsed before. Okay. Woof la la. Wow. Okay. And I'm going to show you a little massage hack in just a moment after the next set. Push down on the left and up and down, up and down. Exhale, up, down, up, down. Pause, lower, lift and lengthen. Lengthen through the heel. One more, oof, and down. You can sometimes cramp out, folks, okay? So what you're going to do, I'm going to show you a massage stroke, and it's called percussion. So it's basically going to be done with loose wrists, but I'm in soft fists, loose wrists. I'm going to be working on the side of the hand, the pinky side, and all I'm going to do is just gently tap it out. Now, I'm going to show you if you are on blood thinner. Do not do this because you will get black and blue, and then you're going to blame me, all right? So what you can do, take your gentle fingertips like this. Gentle. Don't hit hard. It's not about that. Gentle. And it'll help loosen the muscle up. The muscle will respond to a percussive type of movement. And that's what it is. So that's just a little massage hack because those kind of cramps can come on. I'm going to move the blocks back out of the way. Okay, next block. Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do here is, I think I'm going to set down my bolster. I think I'm going to do that because I want to go all the way back into the chair, and I might bring the bolster back. We'll see. So for the first movement, my Pilates ring. Maybe you have a yoga block. Maybe you have thick pillow if you don't have a Pilates ring. So I'm going to put this in between the thighs, and I'm going to angle it not straight up, but toward me. It's like a little bit of a diagonal. Sitting up, and I'm going to bring the feet a little closer together, and here we go. Exhale, squeeze, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. Exhale, squeeze, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. Now this one, because I'm not going super wide, is okay for osteoporosis of the hip and hip replacement, but don't start doing this kind of stuff because that is inappropriate for those issues, okay? So here we go again. Exhale, squeeze, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. These are the hip adductor muscles going toward the midline of the body. 2 more. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, small release. And again, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Easy does as you release. Now, we're going to superset this with hip abduction, ABD. This means going away from the midline of the body. Now, I like some leveling up, okay? So I've got 2 bands wrapped around each other, 2 loops. So I have a black and then purple over it. And I'm going to turn this purple side because I'm wearing black and you won't really be able to see much, but at least this way the purple will pop for you. So what we want to do is make sure you don't put any band, loop, anything around your kneecap because you can malalign the patella, the kneecap. It's not officially attached. It's kind of like floating around there in the joint. You can push that thing out of whack if you've got pressure on it. So below the knee, I'm coming back in my chair. Let me get my cushion back as well. I'm holding on, bringing those legs up, full dorsiflexion of the feet. when you're in an exercise class, they'll just say flex the feet, but this is what it's meant. So I'm going to open 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Again, osteoporosis, hip replacement. You're not going to go super wide. And 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. It is better not to go too wide with this exercise, folks. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Let's go for 2 more. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and release. 1 more. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Stay there. Surprise. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Now I'm not going to take them off. I'm just going to slide them down. And now I'm going to return to my Pilates ring. You see what we're saying? Superset exercises back to back without rest. 2 of them. Sitting tall and squeeze. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Again, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 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 release. All of a sudden, exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and release. 1 more. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and gently release it back onto the chair, holding on. Oops, sorry, gotta bring these up to just below my knee. Now, you'll determine, maybe that's too much for you. You can bring them above the knee. You can bring them around the ankles, but I think that's a lot less doable, all right? But you have some options based on your body. So I'm gonna hold on to that chair, carpal tunnel, no bent wrist. Legs up, full dorsiflexion, and open 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. No slouching, folks. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, release. Now remember, you can do this without anything around your legs, as long as you don't go super wide. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, small release. Exhale 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and release. Again, woof. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Stay with me. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy as you release. Now, are the pulses a must? Of course not, okay? It's just showing you ways to level up. But when you go, I want to show one thing here, Jay.
I feel that is good in my abs. It felt like my abs were getting the workout.
Yeah, because you're holding on,
Yeah.
Listen, when you do exercises in a chair, you lose some of your stabilizing muscles, right? Because you're sitting. Other stuff's going to go, I got to work harder because I don't have other help. So now, for those of you, you can do this, but notice how I'm not going super wide, right? My focus is here. Go slowly. You will feel the work. Absolutely. Okay, so that block is done. Now we're to the second to last block, and this one, okay. So this is the one we talked about for rotator cuff and pinched nerve. This is going to be the incline chest press. You folks, I would say straight out in front. Also, I'm going to tell if you're medicated or not for hypertension, just stay straight out in front, okay? So now, I'm thinking, do I want to bring it in now? I'm going to show you in the second round. So I'm going to take my 10-pound weights. I'm leaning back. I can't do this to the side, folks. I have to gauge myself where I am here. So feet are forward in the same line. I push out. Now exhale, push, inhale. Exhale, push, inhale. Chest is up, and that would be T talking to me. Exhale, push.
Hi, T.
And push. And keep the chest lifted. Don't let that chest collapse when you bring the arms up and down. Last one. Oof. Man, I feel it. I feel it. So when you do that work, you are also working your front deltoid, front shoulder, and assisting muscles, helpers, so to speak, will be the tricep. The exercise I paired with this is called the bent over rear delt fly. Those of you without resistance, you can bring your arms like this and draw them back. The shoulder blades are coming toward each other. But please do not do this thinking they're going further back. They're not, okay? So for every inch of forward neck or forward head flexion or projection, you're putting 12 pounds of pressure on your cervical spine of your neck. So we want the head back with focus here for a rear delt fly, for those of you who need to stay upright. But because this is bent over now, we'll show you here. So this, I'm going to grab 5-pound weights, and I'm really going to go for the bend over here, because that's how you level up. So weights are pretty much underneath my legs. I'm looking out in front, and then I lift my head when I lift the arms. And I'm just lowering the gaze, and then I lift. And exhale. Doing this in the upright position is very good for the postural deviation hyperkyphosis. You just have to make sure it's appropriate for you. And we're going to do a couple more. Exhale. Oh, gosh. One more. And slowly lower. Now, I'm going to level up. I'm going to take the bolster again. And I'm going to bring it behind me, because, again, that's going to bring me a little further away from the chair. And it's going to turn your chair into a workout bench by doing that, by the way. I'm going to grab my 10-pounders and push, push, exhale, push. Pause at the peak of the contraction. Breath in and out through the nose. Oh, again. Oh, gosh, that's it. What you just saw was authentic muscle fatigue that is appropriate. Don't be afraid of that. Nothing wrong with that. That's when your body goes, I got to make a lot of changes now, which is just quite lovely. Let me see if I'm going to stay here with the bolster. Yeah, I don't care. Here we go. Last one. Wow. Oh, okay. All right, guess what? We're on our last block. So let me get rid of this. We're going to do bicep work and tricep work. Remember, we talked about golfers and tennis elbow, medial and lateral epicondylitis. Hold off, find out if these movements are appropriate for you. The reason why I put it like that is because it's the only two conditions I have ever really researched that have come back with such conflicting symptoms. It's like so individual. That's why I'm asking you to make sure you're told, yeah, that's okay, you can do them, all right? So the first one is called Arnold curls. Yes, folks, it is named after the man. He created this exercise, I don't know, like 60 years ago, I mean, a super long time ago. And what it is holding the arms out like this and taking your bicep curl this way. So you could do it unweighted like this, especially newcomers to the work. And that's how I would introduce Diana's mom to the work, like this. Now, what am I not doing? I'm not flailing my elbows all over the place, okay? I'm not going in and out. There, you've got nothing to stabilize other than you, which is kind of cool. So now I'm going to pick up my 8-pound weights. Hold
Would
it
you
out.
suggest we start with smaller weights if we're new, or does that matter?
Absolutely. Start with nothing.
Okay.
Start with nothing and go to 1 pound if you need to. So now here we go. The reason I chose this particular exercise is because when it is weighted, folks, you will feel the work for sure in your forearms and your wrists. These are osteoporotic sites, right? We want to make sure this area of the body, of course, as well as those biceps, stay strong. Shoulders here, big time stabilizing movements, being held isometrically. Last one. Slowly down, easy. Notice how I turn the hands down. Now, I'm going to use my 5-pound weights for this next exercise. Before I do so, this is a bent over. Who is it contraindicated for? Back spine, osteoporosis, postural deviation, if you've been told no flexion of the spine. You folks are going to do this. And if folks who are new to it can also do right here, arms here, elbows not flailing, straight out. That is a tricep kickback. What I like about it is there's a lot of posterior deltoid as well. And every time you extend the elbow, you're taking a tricep, it's a tricep exercise. So now I'm going to add the weight bent over, right? These are just ways of leveling up. Make sure the head is lifted. The reason why I lift when I lengthen out behind me, extend, is because I want the cervical spine of the neck and the lumbar spine of the lower back to be in the same position. That position is they both execute. They both have a natural, what's called lordotic curve. It lends itself to this extension work. I'm going to go for one more. Exhale, pause, control it down. Back to my 8-pounders for the Arnold curls. Now, what Arnold used to do is put a big fiberglass board behind his back, hang it with a chain, I'm not kidding you, around his neck, and his elbows would push into that fiberglass board. He was a monster. Crazy. But that's why it is named Arnold Curls. It was pretty fascinating to watch this man do this stuff. Exhale. Woo. I'm going to try 2 more. 1 more. Oh. Turn the arms down to lower. And carpal tunnel, don't let this stuff happen with the curls. Don't let the wrist take over. And back to tricep kickbacks. Who said that? JJ, I saw what you wrote about the Pilates ring.
The little people, those really skinny people.
I'm going to go for 1 more. Oh, and take it down. Ooh la la. So now our cool down. I'm going to repeat the warm up, folks, okay? And we really deserve this as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to turn here in the chair a bit. Hands on the thighs. Inhale, glide the hands up into the spine extension, TIA stroke, head neutral. Exhale to neutral for spine flexion people. Here we keep going. And inhale, extension. Exhale, spine flexion. It's basically doing a seated abdominal crunch. Yeah. And inhale. And exhale. Those of you coming into flexion but have medicated or not for hypertension, GERD, or vertigo, chin up. Don't let this happen. And one more. Hold here. Belly button pulled in so deeply it's coming out the small of your back, engaging the deepest of the core, the transverse abdominis. And then I slowly come back up to center, sitting back into the chair. Why not take this to the other side first? Now, I'm going to slide the left hand down, the outer left leg of the chair, right hand to the waist first. Remember, rotator cuff, pinch nerve. You can hang out here or go to what feels good. Now, folks, maybe this is your range of motion. Don't do this thinking, oh, I'm going over further. No, you're not. You're stressing out your shoulder too. So then we can follow through. We want to connect the energy from the right middle finger to the heel of the right foot. We want to sit into that right glute as much as the left. Then inhale, turn the palm up, grab a hook, exhale, push down into that right foot to come back to center. Slide down, turn your sternum up toward the ceiling. Bring hand to waist or arm up and over. The reason why I turn the sternum up is so I don't collapse the right side organs. And reaching out through the left middle finger into your left heel, sitting into that left glute as well. And then inhale, palm up, grab your hook, exhale, push down into the left heel, come back to center. I'm just going to take a couple of big shoulder rolls. Now I'm going to stay forward for here before I show you to the side, which is that back extension, that spine extension. Remember, carpal tunnel, you're not going to put the hands like this on the seat behind you, no wrist extension. You're going to cup your finger, you're going to curl your fingers around the seat and puff up the chest. I'm drawing the shoulder blades toward each other. It's called retraction of the scapulae. Open up across the chest. Careful TIA stroke. I need head here, please. And just let that back extension happen because there is so much forward flexion in life. We really need to take moments throughout the day to back bend a bit safely though. And then we come back to center. Now, I want to show you something. This is where we're going to do is the Sufi grind. A Sufi grind is the combination of all the movements. Remember, hip replacement, osteoporosis, you're keeping it small, right? And it's actually a lot of work abdominally when you do that. I'm just going to warn you, which is good. Here we go. I just want to free it all up. Sufi grind. I am definitely borrowing from yoga. Why not? And I'm going to reverse direction. You make this as big or as small as you like. I like it big. It feels so good. And back to center. I'm going to exaggerate, but I want it heel and toe and heel and toe. Lift, get those ankles working. So we're going to sit back into the chair. I want to make sure these aren't in my way. And I want to warm up the hip. Push down on the right, interlock the fingers underneath the left thigh. I'm going to lift, no sitting like this, and nice big hip circles. I'm going to reverse direction. Now maybe you can't touch the floor with your toe. Don't. It's okay. Good. And knee swings. And then we're going to plantar flex, dorsiflex. Plantar flex, dorsiflex. Plantar flex, dorsiflex. Rotate the ankle. This is kind of challenging for males. They oftentimes are tight in the ankle, so what they want to do is move everything else but the ankle. So think that you're creating, I'm going to reverse direction, an uppercase letter O. Might feel or hear a little snap, crackle, pop, and relax it down. That is okay. The snap, crackle, pop is not always indicative of arthritis. People jump to that right away. What's happening there is you're moving the water, the blood, and the oxygen throughout the body through movement, right? So when you do that, you might get some oxygen bubbles. How about that? Nice big hip circle. So you might want to, on the replay of this, check out the warm-up cool-down video and then jump into the workout here. You can do what we're doing here, or you can go back to that video and work with that. And then we're doing, that's right, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. Hip circles, knee swings, ankle work, and rotate. And sometimes your body will say, hey, I need an extra something. Well, do it. All right. So for the moment, my knee is like, I want a little bit more. All right. Nothing wrong with that. And we'll set it down, shake out the hands. I want you to flick your fingers and let the arms hang, big shoulder rolls. This is not a shoulder roll. This is an elbow pump. Big shoulder rolls, shoulders up to the earlobes. And that's what we got for you, JJ, this evening. Do you have any questions you want to throw my way?
Yes, I had just a few. We had a couple of questions come in from the let's get that light out of my face here. There was a question on here from Luca. Let's see, let me read it to you. It's easier for me to read from my phone, it looks like here. Or actually, no, I can make this bigger. Let me see. Do you mind if I put it on the screen?
Oh, please go right ahead. You could definitely minimize me.
Okay, let's see here. Let me pop it up there and then I'll get us back on the screen.
Oh, great. Thank you. Can you do stability ball bounce on the ball? But I don't understand the question.
I think he or she rephrased it down here below. Let me go down a little bit further. Oh, here it is. Okay, maybe this says, hi Angela, P.S. I forgot to tell you that when you're bouncing on the ball, sitting on the ball, you can do movement like 360 jump on the ball and walk around the ball sitting on the ball. Can you please? I'm not sure if it's a question or
I honestly don't know what it is. Let me read it myself for a second, love. Let me just see something. Yeah, I don't work like that because if I don't advise anybody jumping up on a ball, got to remember I'm working with people with chronic issues. So I have to deal with stuff that is actually done as activities of daily living, right? So let's give you a couple of examples, Luca, all right? So today we were working on, let me look at my list here of exercises. So being able to go back. Now, when I was packing up and moving, JJ, a lot of times I had to lean back and pull these big boxes to just kind of like drag them along, all right? That is a spine extension. That's back work.
all right.
Of course, hip is involved, legs, arms, because exercise is never, ever reductionist. So when I push something, I'm also not only using my arms, my legs, my hips, I'm using my abdominal muscles. So I'm going here and then I gotta get back up. Okay? These are functional movements, activities of daily living. This is what it translates into. Let's see. I'm strengthening the quadricep muscles with the straight leg raises. Why? Because I want those quads to help the gluteals, the hips also, to do their work. We did, I'm checking here, the adductor muscles, the abductor muscles. Well, a lot of people don't understand with abduction, it's not really outer thigh. It's the gluteals that do that movement as a group, right? That's pretty hard to get into the group sitting in a chair. That is a limitation of a chair. But does that mean we don't train the surrounding muscles? No, you need to because of that. So the act of walking up and down the steps, particularly up the stairs, according to Cleveland Clinic, is engaging the hip adductors, all right? Squeezing that Pilates ring. Let's see what else we did. So we did an incline chest press. Well, when you push a heavy grocery cart, when you push um, a stroller with your beautiful children or grandchildren in it, when you're pushing into a really like I find if I go into an old building, the doors are really heavy. So you got to
Yeah.
put down into it. Now, does it mean it's only the chest? Gosh, no, because it's primarily coming from the hips. But you want the chest to be ready, baby, to help out. And when the chest gets ready, the front deltoid, front shoulder is getting ready, and the triceps going, I'm helping too.
Right.
Size is never reductionist. I'm just trying to point out to Luca why it's so important that for my demographic of work, we're not jumping up on stuff like that. If anything, I'll put people on a rebounder, have a stability bar, right? Make sure they're not falling. I'll even use a rebounder where, let's say, person might have osteoporosis. Guess what? They can get fractured. They can get wedge fractures on a rebounder. So that's why I was so closely guided by my medical team. My people were plant-based doctors, and in particular, Dr. Frank Sabatino. Okay, so what I will do with somebody with osteoporosis, if they're quite elderly and frail, the word really is not about elderly, it's about frail, because you could be frail at 50. I will sit you on a rebounder. If you can get down on the rebounder, just sit on it. Your feet are on the floor. I will mount the rebounder and I will do the jumping, but I'm not going high. I'm not even lifting my heels off of the rebounder. I'm just doing what's called a health bounce so that that person sitting can get the vibration and the bouncing in them. And it's also excellent for the lymphatic system.
I was just gonna ask you that. Is that why it's good? Because I just saw a video, might have been your video talking about that. And I was gonna ask for those who don't know what a rebounder is that
It's a
like a
mini
trampoline?
trampoline. It's a
Okay.
mini trampoline. The emphasis, though, is pushing down, not going high. It's not about people going, you see it on YouTube and they're jumping up crazy. That's fun. That's great. But it was designed specifically to help when the astronauts came back from outer space for a really long time, beginning back in 1980. They were using a rebounder to help them get reacclimated to gravity and to help build their bone density. Is it
Oh,
the best way to build bone density? No, it's a good way. The best way is to do strength training. I don't care if you're using bands, but really top notch weights. Okay. So if I'm carrying heavy groceries, you know how many times you see people carrying and they're like this with their elbows locked out, walking down. I
yeah.
see people walking down the street like that a lot. It's like, well, folks, if you flex those elbows, let your tote with your groceries hang mid forearm and keep them tight toward in toward your body. Don't let them hang out over here. Well, you just brought your bicep involved to help out. And you're flexing the elbow versus hyperextending it. This is how it ties in to activities of daily living. The
Right.
bent over tricep kickback. I want you to think about something. Every time you vacuum clean, you go out here, right? Tricep, front deltoid, pec. Every time you pull that vacuum cleaner back, bicep, back muscles, posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulder.
Look at those muscles she has, guys.
Anyhow, exercise is never reductionist. I can't help him or her with jumping up on the ball. It's just not part of my work. If it's
Is it
fun
like
to do,
do
if
you
it's
mean
fun,
like while you're sitting down, jumping up and down, maybe? Because
well,
I
you can
can't
bounce on
imagine.
the ball. You can bounce.
Yeah, I can't imagine you could. I mean, you probably could if somebody is.
People stand on the ball, yeah. But
Oh, okay.
imagine me putting somebody frail with osteoporosis to stand on a ball. When is that person ever going to do that in real life?
Yeah.
They're not even going to do certain exercises I showed you today in real life. Technically, you're going to do stuff standing. But my whole point is there's millions of people who can't stand but can still do work in a chair. And I just showed you how you can really effort to
Hmm.
be in a chair, you know? So I don't, hopefully, I'm hoping that Luca gets respect from me, okay? I'm not disregarding what Luke is saying. It's just not appropriate to my work of chronic conditions.
You're the people that you're focusing on.
Popping sound in the left shoulder blade in the back when I roll my, and I sit at the desk for hours. Diana, I'm gonna say something to you, and you may not want to hear it, but if it were I'd go get that checked. Because the more you know about what's going on with your body, the more knowledge, then you could do something about it. Informed decision making. That's what I was talking about before. So you're savvy enough to know you've got a popping sound. I don't know what that is, but if you had an x-ray done, whatever they suggest, type of imaging, let's say if you have imaging done, that to me is the best way to go, because then you can bring back the information and then you can explore what to do about it. Does that make sense, Diana? I hope it does. I hope it does.
Unless they tell you to take a pill first, then maybe you might want to get a second opinion, right?
And the thing is when we sit at a desk, a couple of tips, maybe ergonomic tips could help Diana a bit. So first of all, keyboard. You too, JJ.
I
All right.
just did it. Did you see me? I knew what you were going to say, and I was like,
Oh, I saw it.
she's going to talk about posture. I'm going to sit up straight. You caught me.
So we're going to, with the wrists, we want that slight, we don't want to be like this. What is that? That's why people get carpal tunnel. See that? It's wrist extension. And they're typing. You want your hands like this, not like this at the keyboard.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing everything wrong.
With the monitor, okay? You don't want it so low where you're in a forward, you're in that cervical spine flexion. All
Okay.
right. That's going to create a lot of issues later on. So what we want is get that monitor. You might have to bring it up higher. You might have to get a standing desk, and you can get I have a full standing desk, that is motorized, the desk itself. But you can also get a standing desk that is a small one on top of a table. So we can get you up higher. We can get
Oh,
everything.
good idea.
Amazon sells them. I have to actually get one because of my new space here. The way it's
It's
set up.
beautiful, by the way. I
Thank
wanted
you.
to
I
tell you.
appreciate that. Thank
I
you.
like the new workout room. It's like it's
Thank
bigger,
you.
right?
It's actually why I bought the place. It really is, but thank you. And what I'm going to do is from Amazon, I'm going to get a portable standing desk so I can put my iMac up on it, because I can't stand it anymore. I'm sitting too much doing my work, all the posting stuff. So another thing is, let me think here for Diana. Diana, you want to make sure that oh, yes, that's what I forgot to mention. All right. When you sit in a
Don't you
chair,
love her passion?
okay, when you sit in a chair, I'm up on a cushion. The reason is if I'm not on that cushion, my hip joint, right here at this, it's called the acetabulo-femoral joint. It's also known as the coxal joint, is not going to be higher than my tibiofemoral joint of the knee. I want it slightly higher, because that could make you collapse back. That could make you round the shoulders. That could make you forward head project. Understand, Diana, how all of this stuff is connected in postural deviations. So you want to see if you can self-adjust some of these things I'm mentioning to you, Diana. And if you still find this issue is persisting, make sure that you're taking breaks from sitting for too long. Set a little alarm, get up, walk around, and I want you to do, even if you get back in your chair, I want you to do that back extension. You have to offset all that forward flexion of the spine. So I hope this helps you, Diana.
That's awesome. Muriel said that she'll be using this. She missed the beginning, but did what she sees. That's why I love that they're on recording. I'm going to be watching this one when I get all my equipment tomorrow.
Awesome. Oh, awesome, Muriel. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much. I really, really, I encourage you so much to do this. Thank you.
We love your beautiful arms. Or maybe she was talking about my no muscles. I think she was talking about yours.
Thank you.
Watch out, though. I'm getting there. I need to get rid of this, too. Is that
Yeah, I know. I got that, too. Are you kidding?
No way. I don't think you have any.
No, I do.
Thank you for hearing me.
Wonderful.
I wanted to standing desk.
Okay, Diana, if you're a member of Costco, they have some. They have some.
Cool.
Yeah, I got mine. I knew immediately when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, the first thing I bought was a standing desk. I was like,
I've been wanting one since I used to work a place that had them like years and years and years ago. Like this was in 2010, maybe? No, maybe even before that. No, that was like 2005. And they had standing desks where we could pull it up with us. And I've never.
You don't want to get one that's manual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is electronic. So because that will hurt your back and stuff over time.
Trying to pull it up.
It's a little pricier, so you can save your money and look for certain sales and stuff. And sometimes when I see a sale, I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. Because I definitely would love that. Even being on here, I'd like to be like what's Dr. Greger, right? He's always on his.
Well, right now, because of the chair, otherwise, when I'm doing an interview, let's say I'm not working out, I do sit. You see that spark of yellow back there?
Yeah.
That's my stability ball.
Oh, okay.
Right. And I do sit on that. I'm going to bring it out for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's getting on the ball.
She's getting on the ball. Look out now. Because let's say I'm on Amy or something, and then I'll do the interview, and then I'll pull up the ball and just sit here with Amy and chat. And, and if you want to do, whatever, you can do.
That's cool. And that's helping the lymphatic.
Notice, like a chair, hip higher than the knee. Okay. Because, folks, you can get on a ball, and if it's not inflated enough, let me get in the light here. If it's not inflated enough, then you're going to do the same exact thing. Going to do this. Okay, Muriel, flabby arms. Okay. There comes a point in time, if the skin is overstretched, it's overstretched. Do not let that deter you, though, from building the strength of the muscle. Because I want you to think in terms, if this is okay, think in terms of how the muscle helps you in life. Okay? Not that you're going to, well, it's pretty. I get it. I understand. So the exercise I showed here, it was the last one, the bent over tricep kick back is about that. There's also a straight arm press back. You can bend over or do it upright. This is slow and with intention. I would like you to reframe this thinking process into, because I'm going to tell you something, Muriel, I don't give a crap about my flab under my arms. And I have it, folks. I don't care. Okay? What I really care about is those arms are strong. That's what I care about. And so you never know what events can happen to you in life where you become very grateful for having the strength of your body to stand up to some stuff in life that can throw you away. So
look what you just did. I mean, I don't know if you want to share, but I was amazed that you moved all that stuff from one place to another on your own, right?
Well, okay, hold it. I had a little bit of a team at one point, the movers, on the day of the move. But yes, I packed 120 boxes myself, and I'm not talking Amazon boxes. And what I did was challenged myself to make sure those boxes were really heavy. Because when you're doing it as a team of one, This
Yeah.
is a massive move in a short amount of time. Everything happened. I was very lucky. Everything in my real estate deal just was like, and on
Right.
both sides, they were like, wow, this was fast. I'm like, you think it was fast?
You
But
know, God in the universe wanted it to happen. It makes it happen.
I mean, because I just woke up in the middle of the night one night and said, I'm tired of what was going on in the area near where I lived. Made up my mind, and within 1 week, my apartment was sold.
That's
And I
amazing.
was like, oh, wow, I gotta look for a place to live. And then within 2 weeks, I found it. And
Amazing.
within 34 days, we closed on both ends. I used the
Wow.
money for one to pay for the other. And I was moved in within 34 days. I was set, boxes gone, crap put away. But the very first thing I did when I walked into this apartment, I went, oh, rooming. I'm getting it. I just knew it that
That's
it
how we walked into this apartment. I just loved the walls and everything. Like it just felt like it was home, you know, to and it ended up a situation we were discussing this too. It was a kind of a awkward situation to have to move quickly, but you end up
me too.
figuring out why things go the way they do and you end up liking the place better. It's big, you know, we both can have our own space here to work in and not be in the same, you know, two computers like, you know, facing each other like we've had before, which is fine.
Right.
But when you're working on the phone, you need some privacy too.
Sure,
So
sure.
it's I'm so happy for you, and I just can see you look like you're just relaxed and you feel good and confident and like you just have a bigger space and everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, so and then what had happened with the move was you got to remember I and then I drove 50 of those boxes back up here and I unloaded all of those myself and then the final boxes 70 of them were brought in by the movers and I personally unloaded everything. Yes, furniture got
Sounds like
moved around.
Dawn did a lot of our legwork. That's amazing, Angela. And do you mind telling everyone how old you are?
I'm going to be 66 next month.
That's crazy.
Damn, you look good, girl.
And moved an entire like, oh my gosh, that's
I was absolutely, I was like, you're going to do this whether you like it or not. So
Right?
where was I going to find the time to work out?
yeah. Well, there was the workout, right?
And I said, you're making this your workout, girl. That was it.
Yes.
Hey, girlfriend, how are you, Miss Dawn?
Hey, how
You
are
made it
you?
just in time. I thought you were going to miss Angela because she has an appointment soon. So I was like, yay, Dawn. It's like you guys are each other's favorites.
Yeah,
So
no, I just got off my other live stream, so
How'd it go?
running behind, but and then of course I was like starving, so I just ate a little bit of avocado.
Nice.
So
Hey, how did your live stream go?
what was that?
How did your live stream go?
It went good. It went
Good.
well. Well,
Good.
same every day. Talking about trading and
Okay.
yeah,
Good. That's exciting, though. That's wonderful.
yeah.
I just wanted to share with the people, if I might, for a moment, of why I have to get off of the call soon is because I am a video provider for Timmery Hagenberger, and I want people to know about her group. Timmery Hagenberger is known as the nutrition professor. And she's a registered dietitian nutritionist, and she's also an exercise physiologist. And I provide exercise videos to her platform. She's having a live this evening, and that's why and it's for the members. And that's why I was like, okay, I could do this, but I can only do it. You know me, I'll stay on with you for 3 hours.
I know. That's why I was like, I did it at 6 instead of 7 because we'll be on here half the night, right? Sometimes.
I so appreciated it. And the other thing I would like to let people know about is somebody else who I also have unbelievable amount of respect for is Dr. Akhil Taher, Taher. Tomorrow, Friday the 15th at 12 o'clock p.m. Once a month, he's a medical doctor, retired. This man has devoted his retirement to the whole food plant-based community in all of these free workshops. And he
Wow.
has, I believe he has an autobiography called, I think it's called One Heart, I think. But look up his name, Dr. Akil, Akil, and then the last name is Taher. And on Friday, the 15th, he's going to talk about congestive heart failure and what you can do about it to prevent it, and if you have it. And he's invited me to be on to talk about exercise and heart disease. And I'm going to come at it, it's just going to be for a couple of minutes with me, okay? But I adore the man, and we have a fun rapport. And he's also, he is so funny too.
I love it already if he's funny.
You would go crazy. He has some of the best graphics for his PowerPoints. I'm like, where's this guy come up with this stuff? Because they're entertaining and educational. And he does this every month for free. And his
Could you share that link with us? Maybe I can put it in the comments here for those who want to check it out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Page. Yeah, I'll definitely try to pop in. I know I'm working Friday, but I
will definitely be posting for him because he's kindly inviting me on. So I'll be posting his event with the link. You register for it. It's not a pop-in. You do need to register.
Okay.
All right. But he is. Oh my goodness. He is well into his 70s, and he's doing yoga with headstands and stuff. I mean, he was at the NHA conference, the National Health Association's conference last year, and he ends his big presentation doing a headstand in the middle of
the That's flair. That's flair.
A marathoner. Listen to me. Post open heart surgery.
Nice.
Okay? His book is not One Heart, it's Open Heart. That's what it is. And post open heart surgery at like 60 something. Now he's 76, I think. And post open heart surgery, he's climbed, I don't know if it's Mount Kilimanjaro, one of those, okay? He's done marathons. When his grandchildren are with him, all he does is post. They're always exercising together. So it's just, no matter the circumstance, no matter what it is, and I don't care if there are flabby arms involved, okay? Buck up and do something physical for yourselves. Whatever level you are at, I'm telling you, it will be brilliant for you. And if you are a person suffering from mental issues, from depression and stuff like that, folks, I was on psychotropic drugs for 25 to 28 years in a row. That caused so many medical problems for me later in life that this diet and lifestyle has remedied almost all of it. And I'm talking major big masses in my body and stuff, okay? I'm talking 3 high cancer markers. 3 high cancer markers. I didn't have cancer, but I was, prime candidate. All that crap's gone.
Blessing.
Okay? Osteoporosis, get out of here. Subclinical hypothyroid, out of here. Endometrial hyperplasia, which is an enlarged uterine lining, out of here, okay? I'm just telling you, people can do it. You just must be involved in communities like this. You have to be, because other people don't get it. And what's going to happen is they're going to say, you can't do that. Oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
They don't know, but you hear that enough and you get used to it, right?
They don't believe.
I know people want to look good, and go for that. Do it. Nothing wrong with it, but don't let that overshadow what can be done here when people are really got more chronic issues, inflammation, than we've ever had before. When I work with people privately, I work with them and I contact their medical health care practitioners, right? to create a personalized exercise protocol. I got to know what's going on with them. And I have to understand the medications and I have to understand the conditions. But then I got to find out what is individual to that person with the different conditions. And I sometimes have to contact ladies, 6, 7 specialists to get my answers, because that's how many inflammatory illnesses people have. So please don't let flabby arms, flabby inner thighs deter you from the biggest possible goals you can achieve, is to not land in a freaking nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know what that's like. I've worked in them.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. Family, friends winding up there to, oh, that's just my destiny, you know, because it's everybody's destiny. No, it's not.
Right.
No, it is not. You
Yeah.
just got to be around positive thinking people who
That's it.
get it.
And I think
Absolutely.
you mentioned too, I don't know if you wanted to mention the name here, maybe you already did, but you actually have paired up with someone, because it's such an important thing to have that well-rounded everything you do for the lifestyle and to get us moving, and the strength training and clearing the lymphatic system is so important. And then a whole food plant-based diet, right? I mean, you obviously been practicing that along with your healing journey. And then like, I think there's someone that's actually does a demo with you, right?
Yeah. You know, thank you for bringing her up. She's phenomenal, and people should know about her work as far as it pertains to
I love
food.
Angela. She has always given everybody else all this credit, and really we need to be giving her all the credit. I love
Yeah.
how supportive you are of everyone. You're always like, the way that I've never seen anyone share a live stream when she's going to be on our live stream like her. She gives all the props, all the links. It's amazing.
Thank you for that. But I think
But
that,
she's amazing.
well, that's very sweet. Thank you. But, you know, you folks open your platforms to us. I'm very aware that this is not inexpensive. Let me put it that way. Okay. And I know what goes into this work. And we must support each other, and we must promote each other, because there are some, unfortunately, in our community. I love them. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want to share. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's enough out there for everybody
Right.
to open up and just go here. Just go here with it. So the person that I was going to mention, you're bringing up, and thank you, JJ, for doing that. Folks, you need to check out the recipes. She's got so many certifications and stuff as it pertains to a whole food, plant-based, and vegan. And her name is Chef Vicki Brett /Gach, Gach. Her book is artwork. It's just a masterpiece. And oh my God, the way, I don't even know how to explain it well enough, the way that she values and respects the food. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
You mean it looks better than my clementine face I made?
Yeah, kind of.
And my beautiful flour I made everyone out of alfalfa sprouts.
Kind of. But it's artwork. And the thing is when I watched her, like, I don't know, the first time I saw her, and I was like, I want to work with her, but I don't know how to approach her and all that. And she will even like wear clothing colors that match the food.
No way. That's so
wow.
cool.
Eyeglasses, everything. And I asked her when we met via Zoom, I said, you're an artist, aren't you? She said, yes, painter. Okay. And you see it in her, that's how much she reveres the diet and lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And so just, you know, and she couldn't be any more soft spoken, sweet, complete opposite for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she just,
I love it. What a good pair, right?
oh, and so what we do is I do the workout teaching compound movements for people, really for bone strength and for muscle strength. And I do the whole thing once through for people new with the chronic concerns, the whole thing. And then we go in with, boom, we get the real weights, okay? And then she comes out, and I said to her, we talked about this. I said, people who really lift, I want to appeal now to people who really lift weights.
Like Jeff
They
Paul.
are tired after it. They don't want to go home and cook and make, they're not going to do that. I come up with a recipe or two that they can have a slamming, nutritious, whole food, plant-based meal post-training, specific to training for strength training. I'll put it that way. Specific to strength training. I have never seen demonstrations of that stuff for the public. I only seen it or known of it for these private memberships. Well, why can't, you got to keep paying for everything,
Yeah.
right? So can't there be some of these things? Yeah, if someone's going to work with me privately, you're going to pay me, right? But do you have to hoard the information? There's too many people out there who can't afford this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me about that whole elitist thing toward this lifestyle.
Yep.
So we're out and we're going to be lining up more stuff. I'm going to talk to you guys, all right? And it's just a different approach. It's like I want people to see how easy it is. And it's so spectacular looking and so simple and so unbelievably powerfully nutritious. And yeah, it'll answer the age-old question. Where do you get your protein?
I love it. I was thinking too, I see why you partnered with her instead of mine in your recipes. What was yours? Open pineapple, eat pineapple.
Yeah,
That's our recipes, right?
Yeah,
It's a little more appealing to the mass people that can actually have a meal on their plate, right? I was laughing.
It's appealing. It's
appealing. I get it. Share your recipes, right? And I love Angela always comments under everybody's putting out, oh, this is how you make this dressing or this, bean lentils and bean chili or whatever they put. And then Angela comes underneath with her. Go ahead, tell them one of your good ones.
Take cantaloupe, take a knife, cut it in half, take a spoon, de-seed, eat. I love it. I laughed so hard when I saw that. I was at work kind of glancing at my phone, and I was like, oh my goodness, good thing I wasn't on the phone with a customer that day. I was already off, thank goodness. Case
like, that's it? I thought you were building up this, you know what I mean? She got
exactly. Because people ask me, and I'm like,
that's the end goal, right?
I mean, I'm focused on this.
Mm-hmm.
I need my time.
We all have our talents, right? I don't try to come on here and show people how to work out on a chair, standing up, or anything. I'm like, this is where the expert Angela. I'm not going to start trading video edit expert over here. So we all have our own talents.
That's it, and you express it in different ways by way of the lifestyle.
I'm a clown who can juggle and who's also vegan.
So I just want to say one more thing, and then I do have to go, ladies. And thank you so much. It's so much fun. I adore you guys. I just do. Please, folks, if you haven't done so already, because I know some of you have, which is really incredible, if you can support my YouTube channel. And I'm just closing in on 390 subscribers. So please help me get there. And again, the point being is that the more that we can get people to subscribe to me, to subscribe to Vegan Knowledge JJ, please, is so that we have an opportunity to be able to keep up with the big guys. Because what happens is when people have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, YouTube's going to favor that and send out more and more people to view it, right? We need help. We need help because we know that our voices are equally valuable. It's just different. It's just different. And so please.
We're going to get her there tonight, guys. If you're watching this, whether it's tonight or whenever you watch it, please go to Boomer and Beyond Wellness on YouTube and click subscribe, and then comment on this video or one of hers and tell her what subscriber you were. That'll be cool, and we'll see if
that'd be wonderful. And please subscribe to Vegan Knowledge JJ. Subscribe to Vegan Knowledge JJ also. Both JJ and I began around the same time, and JJ reached out, right? Yeah. And so we got each other's back. So anyhow, I want to thank you all so much. please, I will be posting for Dr. Akil Taher. So you folks avail yourself to this man. Free stuff, and he takes questions from you. And
That's
if you're attending, if you're attending live, he'll ask you to turn the camera on.
That's cool, right? Unless I just woke up or something.
Yeah, it's a whole other thing because
at least it's like 12 noon, right? I'll be up and about by then, right?
I so appreciate this. Thank you so much.
And how else? Like, so that's the best way to find her is on YouTube with her videos.
Yeah, and also Facebook.
Yes,
is my primary social media. I'm on Instagram, but I kind of not the best at understanding how to.
Me either yet. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I
on TikTok too, right?
I do it by way of Facebook. You know,
Okay,
I just post via Facebook with Instagram. And but the primary ways would be through YouTube and also Facebook. And if you want to check out my website is boomerandbeyondwellness.com. There's testimonials there, my Amazon fitness and wellness shop. And yeah, just learn more about my background. My whole medical background is there in a part of the website called My Story.
I love it. And just so we can, I know you have to go, but I wanted to tell you just a little bit. I know she's sending you there to read it, but just a really quick thing I wanted to say about Angela is she's a virtual fitness and yoga instructor, massage therapist specializing in wellness for older adults. She began teaching seniors in her 30s at a time when she embarked in her own healing journey. 3 decades later, a senior herself, she combines years of experience research with a unique combination of empathy and encouragement for older adults seeking a healthier lifestyle. She researches the latest finds in senior fitness and consults with each client's medical practitioners for tailored workouts. A massage therapist, she works with geriatric patients with memory and other delicate disorders who benefit from gentle touch and movement in palliative care. Clients enjoy working with her for so many reasons, including her attention to detail, but also her sense of humor, which we love. So I appreciate everything you do. I know that you have a lifelong, you can tell your passion, and we just want everyone to please support her page and go there and get some of these workouts. Like, you know, they're so cool to watch, so informative, and like you can just watch them and see which ones you can do, and it's awesome. And reach out to her if you'd like some personal help. Thank you, Michelle, Muriel. I appreciate you all joining. Diana Varner, Plant Based. Check out all their pages. And Dawn, thank you so much. JJ Video Reacts. Check out her page. And American Dream Trading, if anyone's here from there. Dawn's awesome stock trading group that she is such a big part of. So thank you. And thank you,
Thank you for that plug.
Thank you for being here. Everybody go let's get her to 390 and let's get me to 350. What do you think? We can do all this tonight.
Yes, definitely. Tonight, guys.
400. Why are we setting our standards so low? Let's do it.
Little by little. All right. Yep. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday to Dawn's grandmother in heaven, and everyone
happy birthday to Dawn's grandma in heaven.
Thank you guys.
Love you, Grandma. Happy birthday.
We appreciate everyone here and everyone who's watching the replay. And please remember, you can have your own amazing plants formation. And thank you, Angela. I can't thank you enough for being here on this tonight with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And go ahead, Dawn.
I was just saying peace and blessings, everybody.
Love you all. Thank you.